Yeah, and tell us about some canvases,
Yeah.
some different types and that you use.
So basically, with your canvas range, you've got a fair few different sorts that you can go for, different ounces and that sort of thing. You've got your standard sort of primed canvas, which is typically what a lot of people use. But then you've also got your Belgian linens that you can get in primed or unprimed. Or also, like, you could use a rabbit skin glue or a clear gesso to prime it. So then you actually still end up with this kind of raw linen look. These are actually primed with a oil prime. So what it does is, I find anyway, linen is a lot more expensive than canvas.
What's the difference in?
It's got a nicer texture and feel to it. And I find with a primed canvas like this, it tends to make your oils flow a lot better and get a bit more out of it. But I also just like saying that it's oil on linen. You know, I think it looks good when you have it in a gallery.
Yeah, it does.
And it smells fantastic too. So
Does that come in different weights?
it does, yeah. There's a massive range of different weights that it comes in. So you can almost get really heavy, almost Hessian-like weave to it.
Yeah.
Or you can, this one's quite a fine weave. So if you're looking for more detailed work, something like this is quite good because you can actually you can build up your layering and that sort of thing. So it just depends on the artist and what they're sort of looking to use.
So does that actually take more than a normal canvas? So if you're like really like pumping the paint in or doing a lot of dry brushing, can it handle it a lot more?
It can, but I would tend to say buy an unprimed linen then, because with maybe a sort of slightly more open weave to it, because it's a little bit more porous. That way you can kind of apply heavier paint and maybe sort of thin down your gesso too, so it's got a little bit more grip. It'll actually grip a bit better to the weave of the linen.
Yeah.
And that's similar to a canvas. I mean, you can do this. You can get a heavier weave canvas or a thicker grey canvas as well. And when you're stretching up your own canvases, I'd sort of recommend, getting a good pair of stretcher pliers, something that's got a nice wide clamp to it. Sort of like these, just saves your wrist and having to stretch so much. So something like that can really get in, and you sort of do it in clockwise or however you sort of want to work, but it'll just pull it tight like a drum.
So does the linen stretch as good as the normal canvas?
Yeah, definitely. And you're going to get probably a lot better result working on a stretcher bar on an unprimed linen. And then priming it up afterwards. So whether you want to use like a rabbit skin glue or an oil prime, what will happen is the linen will actually expand and then contract, so it pulls really tight. Yeah.
Some of that style of painting that I do with that universal stuff.
Yeah,
I'm looking for that really smooth.
I'd recommend maybe doing a prime.
Yeah.
And thinning it out, like using an oil prime. The AS one's really good.
Yeah.
And if you thin that out quite a bit, you can get a really almost glass-like sort of porous feeling. So when you build up your paints, it'll really pop off the canvas.
Yeah.
That's a natural linen look there, with a clear prime over the top.
Oh, yeah.
So that allows you to sort of, your paint's not to completely sink in, because if it's not primed, it sort of is basically like just painting on material, so your paints really won't go far at all.
So you could gesso over that now?
It's already been gessoed.
Oh, so you can just paint direct?
Yeah, if you feel that compared to how it feels,
yeah.
If you want that transparent colour will come through depending on how thick you paint.
Yeah.
But it's got a bit of a sheen to it though. I don't know whether you like that or not, but that'll sort of that's an option to have that linen look if you want something like that.
Yeah, I think I'll give that linen thing a go on the next one.
And then, as I was saying before, so these are like your stretcher bars, and you know all about these, Wayne, because you sort of do them yourself. So Art Spectrum do like a heavy duty stretcher bar, which is quite good. Depending on how big you want to sort of go with your paintings, and then they simply just all lock together on the angle there, and whether you need a cross brace or depending on how
large they go. Do you use these?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I sort of.
Because you do big painting.
Yeah. So.
You make your own from these?
Yeah.
The stretcher bar.
Yeah. So I'll basically always make all my own canvases. I just find it. I actually like the process.
It's more
to be honest.
pleasing.
Yeah, and I find that because the way I work is I can sort of. I don't like my linen too primed. I sort of keep it a little bit open, so I'll sort of thin down my gesso a bit, and then actually stain the linen. So there's a bit of a process that it goes through before
you even start painting.
Yeah, so and it has to have that kind of feeling.
Because you scrape a bit of paint off as you're going along.
Yeah, so I'll use quite sort of a lot of pigments, like raw pigment stains, and then sort of heavier oil paints over the top, and then a lot of fast drying enamels over the top. So they've all got different drying times, and then the whole painting sort of comes off.
Yeah.
And then from there, then I build it back up.